Alright, so let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of How to Roll 20. I am the Dean of Rock. Today we're going to be going through a video about creating a game in Roll20. Something I never actually thought about making a video of, but I suppose is something people should know if they want to make a game in Roll20. So, let's get cracking. But not like literally, because those are scary and nobody wants a kraken just popping up out of nowhere. Would not be pleasant. Alright, so we're in Roll20 and we're going to make a new game. So we're going to come over here to create new game. We will click on this button. Alright, so the first thing we want to do, name the game. So today's game, we are going to call this, let's see. We can call it the Tides of Tutorial. Alright, we are not ready to create game yet. Do not hit that button. Next, we want to choose the system that we're going to run our game in. So, is this a D&D game, Call of Cthulhu game, Starfinder? Is this Pathfinder, Numenera? What are we doing, people? What are we doing? So we are going to pick a system. You know what? I'm not even gonna look. Oh shit. That did not work at all. Alright. So we're going with whatever DK system is. I have no idea what this system is. And apparently the character sheet that we are using for the DK system is called Mental Dossier? Dacier? Alright. This looks like a hell of a character sheet. Holy crap. Alright. Well, we're committed. It's happening. Alright, so now that you've picked your system and your character sheet, the next thing that we are going to do is pick modules if we need them. So over here you have modules that are available to you. Any modules that you've purchased from Roll20 will pop up over here, and then any free modules that are just available, and then there's also the option to purchase new modules down here. Since I know nothing about the DK system or the Mantel Dacier sheet, we're just going to say we don't need a module. Alright, so now that I have named my campaign, I have picked a system, I've picked a character sheet, I've added whatever modules I'm going to add, I'm ready to create my game. So I'm going to click I'm ready, create game. Yay! Alright, now once we're here, we can add a backdrop for the game, sort of a banner for the game. So we are just going to pick a random thing from my desktop wallpapers, because, you know, I have no idea what this system is about, so we'll just go with something generic. And then that's going to load, blah, 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 blah. Come on. There we go. Yay! It's all pretty and colorful and whatnot. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is set up any API that we have. Go ahead and get that established up front. So we're going to go to our API scripts. And there is another video that I did about setting up API and the API that I use. So definitely feel free to check that video out for more in-depth stuff. But basically you're just going to come in here, pick the API that you want, set that up for your game, and then save everything. And you're good to go. So then we're going to go back out to our game. Now that our API is set up, okay, what we're going to do is do the description of the game. What is this game? Well, you see, this is a game about the Tides of Tutorial. Adventurers will embark on an epic journey. Whoops, I cannot type or spell. On an epic journey into the unknown abyss of the tutorial. Enter at your own peril. Nice. So this is the description of our game. It is very epic and dark, as you can tell. So next, what we're gonna do is schedule the game. When do we think we want to run this thing? Well, I'm thinking we should probably run it on. Today is Thursday. We're gonna run it on Thursdays. So we'll go with that. You know what? 11 a.m. 11:42 a.m. seems like the perfect time to run this game. So we're just gonna save that. All right. So this game runs at 11:42 a.m. on Thursdays. So what is the game that we're playing? Well, we were playing, it was called the DK system, so let's find DK system. It apparently is not in here. Okay. Well, Roll20. I don't know what to do with that. Alright, well, whatever. We're just gonna pick something. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Age system. I've never played the age system. I have no idea what that's about. Apparently there's a lot of systems I have not played. We will have to remedy this. Alright, so now that we've got our description, we've got our schedule, we know what we're playing, now we're going to go to game add-ons. This is where you add, like, if you have custom decks, custom cards, custom maps, things like map packs that you've purchased from the marketplace. You know, I've got a bunch of stuff for Numenera from the Cypher decks and artifacts and intrusions, that kind of stuff. You can also add, there are like some little modules and stuff. I know like the Eldritch Layers, I think is a free, like a free series of modules that you can add. Just add stuff to the game, obviously. So you just pick whatever you want, add that to the game. Perfect. Next, now that you've got your description, you've got, you know, kind of the main page all set up for yourself, well, we can't have a game without players. So we're going to go to looking for players. And we're going to create a listing. Because that's what we do. Alright, so create LFG listing for Tides of Tutorial. Click on that. Hey, and so now we have a new thing. So total number of players needed. This does include the GM. So let's go with 6, right? You got 1 GM, you got 5 players. That's a good number. 6. Save. Nice. Alright, so we know what we're playing. We're playing Age System. Okay. Next game will be Thursday at 11:42 a.m., which was 3 minutes ago. Frequency, we're going to make this a weekly game. We do use video. And primary language. Specifying description. Oh, well. So primary language is going to be English. New players are welcome. Sure, it will definitely have mature content because, you know. It is not pay to play. Personal opinion. Don't like pay to play. Pickup game. No, it's not a pickup game. This will be an established campaign. Alright, so now that we've got our looking for players set up, this is where the description is. If you want to add anything to the description, typically I'll add some ground rules for like starting level, you know, if I have any like race or class restrictions, if there are like, you know, starting equipment or, you know, run certain things by me, you know, and then special instructions, so like fill out application, blah 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 blah. And then you add that way whenever somebody pulls up the game, they kind of know what you're looking for, what you are expecting as the GM, before they throw their hat in the ring to become a player. So with that, then we're going to come down here, and we're going to start up a, you know, apply here. Sounds silly, but applications are actually really important because you don't want to just add the first 5 people that decide to jump in and say, hey, I want to play. Ultimately, unless it's just a pickup game. If it's a pickup game, you're only going to be playing 1, maybe 2 sessions, then who cares? But if this is going to be an ongoing campaign, something that you're going to be playing, you know, every week, every other week, for an extended period of time, you definitely want to make sure that you like the people that you're playing with and that they like you. Um, so the application process kind of helps out with that because this is the internet and there are millions of people on the internet and there's no way that you like every single one of them and that every single one of them likes you. Somebody's going to butt heads at some point. So, a lot of people, when they do their applications for games, they do like character applications, which is cool, but it doesn't tell you anything. I really don't care what character you're going to play. I'm more concerned with your character. So I always just do like a little general kind of personal application, and I will link that. I'm just gonna grab the one that I have saved in a Google Doc. I'm just gonna copy and paste it over here. Bear with me. Wrong one. Okay, so here it is. Alright, so this is the kind of the application that I use whenever I'm setting up a player application for Roll20. Give me your name, give me your age, give me your time zone. Time zone's important because, again, this is an ongoing campaign. We want to make sure that you're going to be able to make it to 90% of the sessions. Obviously, things are going to come up. People have real lives outside of D&D. Shocking. I know. But it's true. So sometimes things will come up. Nobody's going to be able to make 100% of the sessions. But you want to be able to know that you at least are going to be able to count on them to make it to 85-90% of the sessions. So time zone's important. Next, I just do D&D/tabletop experience. Just tell me a little bit about what you've got. How long have you been playing tabletop games? What games have you played, if any? Again, I don't really count experience as a qualifier to get into the game. It's more of a, for me as the GM, to know what level of knowledge you're coming in with so that I can cater to that. Make sure that I'm not just glossing over things that and you're going, well, what the hell is this? And then playstyle. Playstyle, again, you're going to be playing with these people for a very long time. It's good to know what everybody's playstyle is, so that you can, one, create sessions that are enjoyable for everybody, but also so that you're making sure that there are no conflicts where one person is just a dungeon crawl munchkin and the other person is like 100% like diplomancy and I will never draw a sword in my entire gaming career. Typically I like to find players that are a nice balance. It's good to find or to at least create a party that's balanced. If you've got the diplomancer and the combat junkie, as long as they are willing to work together and you can kind of focus on, alright, so this session's going to be geared more towards combat, this one's going to be geared more towards roleplay, diplomacy, puzzles, that kind of stuff, and kind of balance it out for them. But it helps to know going into the game what your players' playstyles are. And then character concept. I don't need a full-on backstory. I don't need to know the exact, race, class, background, whatever combination you're using. Just give me, a concept. I want to play the, angry half-orc barbarian. I want to play the, a thief. You don't even have to give me like a specific race. It's just, I want to play like a thief type character. I want to play a, battle hardened warrior, whatever. Because once we get into the game, we can figure out what that race, class, background, what all of that looks like for you. Ultimately, I'm more concerned with what's up here. So then you post it, and then players who are intelligent and actually care about playing in your game will actually look at this, say, oh, okay, they'll copy, paste it, and then, throw their applications in there. You're also going to get a whole bunch of people who completely ignore this and then just start creating their own threads, and that's annoying. Don't be that player. Alright, so now you have a looking for group forum for your game. You have a player application for people to apply to it. So we're just going to jump back out here. Go back to our game. And you are all set as far as creating your game. From here you launch the game, and then you can add maps and character sheets and handouts. I do typically suggest, if you already have a game set up, a game in mind, I want to run this campaign, or you already have your homebrew campaign kind of outlined out for yourself, before you set up the looking for group, I do suggest coming in here, creating any maps, any handouts, anything that you're going to need. That way, after people have joined the game, you're not spending the next week scrambling trying to get everything put together. Do as much prep as you can before inviting people in. That way, when they start joining, you've already got everything set up, and you look like a boss. So, I hope that helps. I hope that kind of illuminates the game creation process in Roll20. Obviously, just like normal, any questions, comments, concerns, I am more than happy to hear them. Just drop them in the comments below. And hope everybody has a great rest of your day / night / weekend. And I guess that's all. Bye-bye.